Hi there. I wanted to talk about something that was pretty inspirational that kind of struck me today that I thought might help someone else. I was asked to take over a business that had failed. The prior um, organization had been outsourced for the former year, and I feel the outsourcer was really set up to fail in many ways. I know a little bit of the backstory to this, but I was asked to take this over. It was pretty intimidating to have to take over a business when the last people basically had been fired. But I was asked to do that. At the same time, I was asked to, or actually, I was approved. I had made the business case for it. I was approved to start a business development team. And then also at the same time, I was launching Salesforce.com in our organization, in our company. So I was taking over this large business. I was starting a business development team and launching Salesforce at the same time. So pretty, you can call it ambitious if you want. I think it was crazy. But it just, all of those things happened at the same time, uh, you know, sort of unintentionally. Basically, the dates just all kind of came together at that point with the beginning of our fiscal year. What happened though is I had this brilliant idea to start or to have a vacation with the family at Disney World that same month because of course the beginning of the fiscal year is when people take vacations. And so, I had planned it many months before, and I didn't know I was going to be asked to take over the failing business and those kinds of things. So it's a pretty stressful time to take a vacation, and I remember, you know, sitting down and trying to have a, devotional time, a quiet time on vacation, and just, my mind was racing with, fear and concern about all the things that were happening at work without me there. But of course, I was trying to be available for my family too. And I just remember saying to God in a prayer, I feel like these things are too big. These tasks and challenges are too big. There's too many of them. Starting basically three new things at the same time. One of the new things was a really big business where the last group had been fired. And I said, I feel like a little kid, navigating on behind the wheel of a big ship, driving through a storm at night, in the middle of the sea, not knowing what he's doing, essentially. And as I prayed about that, and it was just asking God for help, so I could have the courage to be available to my family and the courage to, tackle these business challenges. As I was picturing in the prayer that here I am, this little boy behind the wheel of a big ship, in the crashing seas in the dark of night in the middle of the ocean, I just saw the Lord behind me, with His hands over my hands. And it was just like, the idea was, God is really present, really involved. You're not alone. And it just gave me the courage to face that, first of all, to be available to my family, and also to face the business challenge and just tackle it head on. We ended up doing very well in the business that had, the prior group had been fired from. The business development team went well. And Salesforce.com was a success in the organization too. None of that was easy, but it was just such an encouragement. So I guess I just had this really neat memory of that today. I wanted to just pass that along, and it had meant so much to me that God was really my captain. And so I just encourage anybody today that whatever business challenge you're facing or personal challenge, pray about that stuff. God is with us, and surely, although your hands are on the wheels and you don't know what to do as well, in some ways, and you're dealing with stress, just know that God is there with His hands over your hands, and you're not driving that ship alone. When you call and you do ask for help. Okay, hope that helps somebody. I sure enjoyed sharing it, and hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend.